Hey guys, welcome back to Isabel's Moments. And today I am going to do a progress video with you guys on my rainbow sunset. And let me show you what I've done so far. Okay, this is just, it's sticking to where I don't want to stick. So yeah, I've done all of this. And then I've done some of this down here in this area. So I'll be working in this area today. Ugh, maybe. Usually I cut the plastic off, but I've been having some of my diamonds fall off, so I just gonna keep it on so it's like protected till I finish it. Hopefully I'll get it done this week. Because I'm not like so I'm working on number 12, which is this E color. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's a very pretty darkish blue color. So yeah, so this week I'm on vacation, so I'm excited. Don't have to deal with people at work. Like, I'm excited. What do you guys do on vacation? Do you go take a stay vacation? Do you go see family? Just chill at home? Obviously, you know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be diamond painting for the majority of this week. But yeah. Yeah, and I do have this tray full of trash and stuff and wax that I clean out. Just in case there's like a diamond that's all wonky. I can just go ahead and be like, okay, I'm done with you, whatever. So yeah, I'm working on the C. So yeah, let's get started. Okay. So, yeah. I think the last time I took vacation off was when I got married last year. Because I don't necessarily take vacation for myself. I'm going to hang out with my friends this week also. Which is fun because I don't get to see them because they're like an hour or so away. But we used to hang out like all the time. And like we met each other in like high school, or actually my one friend, I met her when I was in junior high. But don't be sure to point. She's like my best friend. And she's my sister because she married my brother. But hey, now we're family. I don't think a lot of people can say that their best friend is family. Which people was like, isn't that weird that your best friend married your brother? I'm like, well, kind of, but they're both happy, so why am I going to take away from their happiness? You know? It is what it is. I mean, my brother treats her well outside of the people that she used to date, so what am I gonna mind? Yeah. Oh, actually, I was going to finish this E color last night. But I found something out last night that kind of like distracted me, and I get distracted easily, but like I was kind of in shock. It's like there was an announcement in changing, like announcement that happened in our church. A big meeting that went on last night that I didn't think too much of it, and I should have gone, but I was really tired last night. But they sent an email about what was happening and trying to figure out where we were and what was going on. But I think we're not, yeah, it's confusing. But yeah. Anyway, what should I talk to you guys about? I don't think of these things ahead of time, and I probably should. But yeah. I guess I could tell you a story. I don't know if it's too personal. Probably not. Like I guess I'm comfortable with the fact, with defect. So okay. So we haven't always, let me readjust. This might be a long story, so hopefully I can get it done without it being tediously long. So we hadn't always lived in Texas. I was actually born in Idaho. But we kind of moved around when I was younger. But then we ended up in Texas for like 7, 8 years, and then we moved from Texas to Nebraska. And I think it was like a year later. Yeah, it was like a year-ish later or something. So when we first moved to Nebraska, I was in second grade. And so my story is based on when I was in third grade. I loved third grade. Like, we did cooking, like, we were baking, like, we made pumpkin pie, and, maybe that's why I like baking, but my family also bakes and cooks and wonderful food. But, so I was in third grade. And I lived in a small town. So there wasn't a whole lot of like nurses very often. We had like a nurse every like 6 months or something. And so we had this nurse that said I looked pale and I should go home. And I think I had teachers that said like I would go out in the hall to do something and I would just wander about. Very strange. But so I finally went home and went to the doctor, and the doctor said I had a strep throat, and so I was on antibiotics or medication for that. And you would think you would get better once you had like medications and stuff, right? You'd think, right? So I was taking the medication. I wasn't getting better. I think I was actually getting worse. Cause one night I went to get up to go to the bathroom, and I kid you not, I don't know if I'll make it through the story without crying. I kid you not, I got up to go to the bathroom and I couldn't walk. But I still had to go. So what did I do? I crawled to the bathroom. And my sister thought I was faking. And even she'll tell you that she thought I was faking. But I wasn't faking. I literally was so weak I couldn't walk. And then my mom found me and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I can't walk, but I have to go to the bathroom. And luckily, like I said, we lived in a small town, and so the hospital was really, like, seriously like, you looked out the back window and it was, like, right there. And so my mom was like, oh, let's get in the car. My brother's like, it's just right there. I'll just carry her. And so my brother literally carried me to the emergency room hospital. So come find out they couldn't treat me. So they ended up life flighting me to the Omaha Children's Hospital. To come to find out that I had cancer. I had leukemia. I had the type of cancer leukemia that I had was acute lymphatic leukemia. So what that is it's like a fast growing, very rapid cancer. And it's a blood cancer, so it starts in your bone marrow. Not your bone marrow, but your bone marrow. So it starts in your bone marrow. And so, for those of you who don't know what leukemia is, it's where it fights off your good cells, so it pretends to be a good white cell, and it gets rid of all of the good white cells. So you have a lot of white cells, and so it gets rid of your red blood cells, and so that's when you get tired and exhausted and you can't do anything. So this so I was in 3rd grade. So I was about like 8, 9 years old. So it was kind of scary. But at the time, like, I didn't think I didn't know what it was, but now I do. And so I was in the hospital for a month. Say a month, but I was actually like a day short of a month, but yeah. A lot of things happened in that month. I had to be put for it was so intense they had to put me to sleep and put a tube down my throat because they had caught it just in time. Any later and I don't think I would have been here. And I couldn't imagine not being here. But yeah. So I was put to sleep, and I think I was on different medications, and actually when I was asleep for that week, they had to put tape over like the mask or whatever, because I would when I was sleeping, I would just like rip it off of my mouth, so they had to tape it on. But I think I was on 3 different medications that my family has been allergic to, like a history of being allergic to, I think. I don't know, I don't really know. Or I was on 3 medications that, so after I woke up, I started this rash around my mouth where the tape was. I'm like, oh, it's just around my mouth, no big deal. But then it spread to my whole body. And I was like itching like crazy, and then it turned into like these, the only way I can explain it is like a target rash, where you had like a dot where it was, and then around that dot was a circle. So to me, it was like a target rash, and it was so bad. I had to take oatmeal baths for me to even semi sleep because I could not stand it. So yeah, and then yeah, so that was the fun, crazy couple of weeks. And then I got to go home, but I wasn't allowed to go back to school. I think I got let back to school the last day of school because it was a half day. But somehow I still passed third grade even though I was gone for like 2-3 months, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was like in April, May. So maybe a couple months. Maybe 1 or 2 months. I don't know. But yeah, I remember asking my teacher, I was like, "Can you give me homework?" And she's like, "Yeah, you can research platypuses." So like I wanted to do homework and she's like, "Oh, just find out what platypuses are." And so I did research on platypuses and it's kind of awesome. They're like mammals, but they can live on water and like, yeah, interesting. Anyway, but yeah, and so so after I was released, I still had to go back. I think at first it was every week, and then I had to do. I remember going back, and for a while I had to do like spinal taps, which I think is where they put me asleep. I know some people. I'm just throwing things. Some people that I knew that had the same thing as me because I went to a camp. When they had their spinal taps, they weren't put to sleep. So basically, what is they take like a giant needle, and I think it's 2 spots in your back, and they draw the bone marrow out of your back to test whether or not there are still cancer cells in you or something. I don't know. It was a spinal tap, whatever that is. Like I said, I was little, so I didn't really know a whole lot of what happened to me and what medications I was on and the side effects of medication I was on. Like, I was on a lot. But yeah, so I went back every week, and then I think I went to every 2 weeks, and then like 3, and then every like month. But I remember spending a lot of time at the hospital. But I was a kid. I was like, this is fun. Like, but at the time my sister was like young, so she would either go with us or she would stay with somebody from our church that day. So yeah, and so I did that, and it just got bigger and bigger and went to like 3 months, and then 6 months, and then it went to like every year. And so like for me it was like, okay, so eventually, so I think I'm done with the E's. So I'm like, okay, eventually I'll be like, I won't have to go to the hospital because like that's what I was thinking. And then I kind of got sad that come find out that I will always have to go to the doctor to check up every year. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'd rather find it, catch it, versus not. And so I have to go back every year to get a CBC, which is a complete blood count. So it gives you all of your red, your white, all of everything. So they can tell whether if you have high, super high white and super low red, they can like catch it. But yeah, I go back every year for that. And then I go back every 5 to 6 years to get a EKG, a heart echo, and an EKG or something. Because I did have radiation, is what I've been told. I don't remember having radiation done. But yeah, sometimes that can have effect on you years later. Years later. And so I get that done. But yeah, that's kind of my story of how I found out I had cancer. And oh yeah, sorry. So after 2 years of treatment, let me get out another color. I'll do this like hashtag looking thing. So that's 13. So it's like this blue. And so I went through treatment, treatment and whatnot for 2 years. And after about 2 years, I think it was shy of 2 years, I don't know. But I went into remission, and I've been in remission ever since. So I believe if I have done the math correctly, I have been cancer free for 13 years. So I am a cancer survivor. It's crazy to think it's been 13 years because it seems like a lifetime ago. Like, I kid you not. But I'm so glad. Like, I know a lot of people don't like going through it, and like me personally, like, I don't think I would be the person I am today if I hadn't gone through it. I mean, I went through a lot of things growing up that most people wouldn't even think of going through when they were that age. But yeah. And yeah, so that is my story of how I found out I had cancer, how I got through it. So yeah, I am a cancer survivor of 13 years. Like, I can't even believe that. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, so for all of those of you who are fighting it or who have survived, like, there's hope. I do know not everyone does survive their battle. I've actually had 2 of my close friends, their moms have died from cancer. And it's just, I don't wish it upon anyone because you watch them deteriorate and it is so sad. And you wish you could do more, but you can't. And for somebody who has gone through it, like, and knowing the struggles of it, it's just, you don't want to wish it upon your worst enemy. Like, it doesn't affect it. It doesn't just affect you. It affects all of your family, your friends. Like, just because you're going through it doesn't mean your family and friends aren't going through it also. Because they care about you and they want the best for you. And so if you're going through something that they can't help you with, it's, I mean, even me myself have gone through it. There's no words to say, there's no words to express somebody that is going through it for your parents, or it's, I guess, I don't know, it's different for somebody that has gone through it themselves but never had somebody close to them gone through it. So I've only been on the side where I have gone through it. I haven't had an experience, and nor do I wish to have experience. But if it happens, it happens. That's life. It happens. But if I, like, so to me, it's hard for me to express, like, how I feel with somebody going through it, because I haven't been on the side of the friends or family of a close relative or whatnot that has been going through it. I don't know the feelings and whatnot. I've just been the person that had cancer, and I was on the other side. But I can sympathize and I can express that I know how they are going through it, and it's not fun. Especially for somebody who knows what it is and what's happening to them. So yeah, I don't know why don't know why I shared that with you guys. But I have shared this story with so many people that I feel like, I don't know, it's an inspiration, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to help other people, and if I can share my story and help those who are going through it with the faith and hope that they'll get through it, or know that there are people that love and care about you that will support you. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my story and my what I went through when I was a kid. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for everyone that has subscribed. And I hope you guys have a good day and just enjoy diamond painting. See you later. See you next time.